on. So, Act 5, Scene 2. Now, here, setting-wise, I've gone for pink today. We are in the Scottish, so we're in the Scottish countryside. 68, please. Scottish countryside, and this is so these are the Fanes. Okay, but these Fanes are with the English army. So all of these guys, now here's where it gets complicated, right? All of these men are traitors. Why are they traitors? I'm asking anybody. Yes, Sophia.
Because they're all trying to go against Macbeth.
Good, right? So they are traitors because they have all gone against Macbeth. So they are traitors to Macbeth, but, and a big but here, but they are heroes of Scotland. So they are both traitors and also heroes, right? Macbeth is the king, so they should be completely loyal to Macbeth, but also they recognise that Macbeth is a bad king, so they are trying to save their country from somebody who is evil. Okay? Mentius.
The English power is near, led on by Malcolm, his uncle Seaward and the good Macroft, revenging Birmingham. Their dear causes will be wood to the bleeding and the grim alarm, excite and mortify.
Good, right. Now, to be mortified is to be dead. Right? So, the English power. Now, the English power is the army. So, the army is near. Oh, no, but keep it open, please. Right? The army is near. Who's leading the army? Malcolm, his uncle Seaward, and Macduff. Okay? And notice that revenge burns in them. Now, there's lots of revenge here. So, we've got the revenge of Duncan for Malcolm. We've got the revenge of Macduff's family. Their causes would to a bleeding and the grim alarm excite and mortify man. So their cause is so strong that it would wake the dead. Right? A man who was dead would be re-enlivened by the passion of their revenge. Right? But notice, this is noble. Right? Their revenge is noble. They are trying to overthrow a bad person and get revenge on those who have died. Angus. Good. So they're going to go meet the English. Now notice this, right? Straight away as an audience, we're going to be thinking Birnam Wood, right? Because Birnam Wood is prophecy. It's prophecy free. Not until from Great Birnam Wood to High Dunsinane. Yeah.
Wait, is that Birnam Wood? Is that the forest where the news?
Yes. Yes. So this is the forest that is going to move, right? So when they go, let's go meet them at Birnam Wood. We're going, whoa, that was the prophecy, right? That's the forest that will have to move before Macbeth is defeated. Caithness.
You know that Donovan will be his brother.
Lennox.
The servant, sir, he is not. I will file with all the gentry. There is Stephen's son, and many unjust men, but even now, and unjust.
Good. So the army is made up of lots of very young men. So they go, is Donalbain there as well? No, Is Donalbain there as well? No, he's still in Ireland. But I've got the list. So it says here, I've got a list of the gentry. So the gentry is the soldiers. There's Seaward's son. He's there, right? Lots of unrough youths. Now, unrough means that they have got no beards, right? Your beard makes you rough. If you have no beard, you are an unrough youth. That even now protests first of manhood. So these are boys ultimately, right? The army is an army of boys. Mentius. Levi.
What does this
Please stop. Sorry. Yeah. Notice again they use the word tyrant to describe Macbeth. Caithness.
Great dumbest name has strongly quantified. Some things might obviously less than hate him. Too
call it a valiant fury, but for certain he cannot buckle his distempered cause within the belt of rule.
Right, this is important, this bit, because this is about what Macbeth is like now, right? So where is Macbeth? He is in Great Dunsinane. Now, Great Dunsinane is a castle, but again, when we hear this, we should be thinking, alert, it's prophecy number 3 again. Until Great Burnham Wood to High Dunsinane. So there in the wood, he's in the castle of the prophecy. Right? Now, why has he chosen that castle? Probably because he thinks it makes him immortal. The witches say he will never be defeated until a forest moves to that castle. So he stays in that castle, looking out for forests moving. Right? Some say he's mad. Others that lesser hate him. So you either hate him or you lesser hate him. No one likes him. It's like versions of hate. Call it a valiant fury. So he's kind of like bravely mad. But for certain, he cannot buckle his distempered cause of the belt of rule. Okay, now to buckle and a belt, this is the metaphor. Okay, so he is mad, is the point of this. So the idea is that his cause is distempered. So he's mad and he can't, like a belt, the way a belt holds things together, he can't like wrap it up in a belt. So he can't get control. He has completely lost his control. Like if his belt is what holds things together, the belt can't be buckled, it can't be strapped together. Okay, so he has lost control. Angus.
Now does he feel secret murders sticking on his hand? Now minutely rebels operate his straight speech. Words he commands, and he is only in command, nothing in love. Now does he feel his power having this garden? The giant road upon his orchestra.
Yeah. So he says his title is like a giant's robe on a dwarf. So Macbeth is the dwarf, a little man wearing a giant's robes. So he's too small to be king, right? So this here talks about the way that he's unsuited. But notice now people talk about his murders, the secret murders sticking on his hands. So there's kind of an acceptance that Duncan Banquo, but also like all the innocent people that he's killed are sticking on his hands, right? A bit like his wife in Act 5 Scene 1, that he can't wash away the guilt at this point. The people who follow him don't follow him for love, they follow him out of fear. So no one likes him. The people who do what he says do it out of fear, not out of love. And he is like a dwarf in a giant's robes. Right? So there's this idea that he's lost control. Nothing fits. The belt won't do up. The robes are too big. Nobody loves him anymore. He is just this villain. Mentia.
Who then shall blame his pestilent senses to the joy and start, when all that is within him does condemn itself as evil?
Yeah. Good. Cathnis?
Well, march we on, keeping obedience right to his true oath. Meet we the medicines that sit we do, and with him for we in our country's pledge, each look of us.
Good. Right, so circle please. Medicine and purge. So this is the idea about healing Scotland. Okay, so they are going to go. Macbeth is like a cancer. They're going to go and heal him. They're going to purge him, remove him from the country. Lennox? Good. So the weeds, again, is Macbeth. So he is a weed. They need to drown him, destroy him. The dew is to water. The sovereign flower is Malcolm. So their idea is to kill Macbeth and to make Malcolm the king again. Right? You make our war march towards Burnham. Okay? So we're supposed to be thinking, oh my God, Burnham Wood. Okay? Cut to Macbeth. Now, we know where he is because they told us. He is in Dunsinane Castle. Okay? And he is kind of almost like locked. He's almost in like sort of a lock-in. So he's locked himself in the castle. And he's gone, I'm not coming out until the forest comes to me. Right? Why should I do anything? Okay? This is what he says. Now these are really important quotes for his character's change. Okay. Bring me no more reports. Let them fly all. Now the them he's referring to are his thanes. So he says, I don't care, right? A report is a piece of paper that gives information. So stop bringing me the reports, right? Let them go. So he keeps getting bits of paper that are like, oh, Mentius has left and gone to the English. Lennox has left and gone to the English. You know, stop it, right? Stop bringing me these reports. Let them go, right? Let them all be traitors, right? I don't need them. Why? Because I'm invincible, right? I don't need anybody. I'm immortal. The witches have told me that I cannot be killed. Bring me no more reports. Let them fly all. Till Burnham Wood be moved to Dunsinane, I cannot taint with fear. So this is the idea that he has internalised. You still see that? He's internalised the prophecies. So he is willing to like completely ignore reality because the prophecies have corrupted his mind. Okay? I like that word in. He's corrupted by the prophecies. Bring me no more reports, let them fly all. Till Burnham Wood removed to Dunsinane, I cannot taint with fear. I cannot be frightened.
What does it say about prophecies?
It says internalised. So they have become part of him. What's the boy Malcolm? Was he not born of woman? So why should I fear Malcolm? He's born of a woman, right? His mother gave birth to him. The spirits that know all mortal consequences have pronounced me thus. Fear not, Macbeth. No man that's born of woman shall ever have power upon thee. Then fly, false thanes, so traitors, and mingle with the English epicures. An epicure is a disease. Okay. Now the key bit with this, before we turn the page over, is that this is what's happened to him. All he cares about is the prophecies. So he's internalised them. He's like, all the reports are bad. All of my thanes have betrayed me. They've all left to join the English. The English army is massive. My army is tiny. But it doesn't matter because the spirits have told me that no man born of woman can have power over me. And that I cannot be defeated until the woods move. So he's kind of in a bit of a sort of crazed delusion. Now anybody else watching this who doesn't know about the witches would clearly think he was mad. So like, sir, there's an army coming. And he's like, are all the army born of women? Yes? Then I don't care. Have you seen any forests move lately? No? Then I don't care. Right? But he has become this kind of weird, I don't really know how to describe it. He's become kind of like, it's like a false security almost. Yeah.
How does he know to trust you?
Well, that's his mistake, isn't it, really? That's his mistake. Okay. The mind, this is a great quote. The mind I sway by and the heart I bear shall never sag with doubt or shake with fear. Fear. Right? It's a couplet. The mind I sway by and the heart I bear shall never sag with doubt or shake with fear. That's how they spoke in Shakespeare's time. Beer and fear. The mind I sway by and the heart I bear shall ne'er sag with doubt or shake with fear. Right? But look what we've got, right? This is about confidence. Okay? So again, confidence here. So he says never. So there's no doubt, there's no fear. He talks about his mind and his heart. Okay? So he is completely solid. Enter a servant. You'll like this bit because it's rude and funny. Okay? Enter a servant. The devil damn thee black, thou cream-faced loon. Where gotst thou that goose look?
There is 10,000
What, geese villain?
soldiers, sir.
Right, this is great. So this little boy comes in, right? He's like so Macbeth's like, bring me no more reports. Bring me no more reports. And this little boy's like this. He's like, I've got a report for you, sir. It's like, whoa, what are you doing here? Right? So this boy comes in and he's scared. right? He's scared because he calls for cream-faced loon. What does cream-face mean? What colour is cream? White, right? So this boy's face is white with fear, right? And he's like this. Right? A goose look. You ever seen a goose? Right? So he's got a goose look. So his face is kind of like this. Right? He's really scared. Now you might be, what's he so scared of? There's two things that he's scared of. The first thing he's scared of is that clearly everyone's gone, you tell him, right? He's scared of Macbeth, but he's also scared because the castle is surrounded by 10,000 soldiers. Now in these days, the soldiers there was no like rules of war, Geneva Convention. If the soldiers took over your castle, they killed everything, right? They're brutal people. So this little boy is both scared of Macbeth and scared of the soldiers. So he walks in with this piece of paper, right, like this. And Macbeth's like, what are you doing? What are you looking at that for? Cream-faced dude, right? So he's just punching down, beating up on little kids who are like trying to do their jobs. Right? And then he's like, oh, there's 10,000 what? Geese, villain. Right? So again, it's just rudeness. But he's just lost all sense of like, there's no humanity in it. Right? He's lost all of it. He's just a monster at this point. Okay? Soldiers, sir, go prick thy face and overread thy fear, thou lily-livered boy. So again, a lily is white, again, and livered, so liver is where you get your bile from, and your bile is your bravery. So he says, you're a coward, right? You're a little coward. He says, to prick thy face and to read thy fear. So if you get like, the idea is that if you get like a knife and you prick your face, it makes the blood come to the surface, right? What soldier's patch? Death of thy soul. Those linen cheeks of thine. What colour's linen? Any guesses? White. Okay. Are counsellors to fear. What soldier's way face?
The English force, so please.
I want to say, what's way? You ever heard of way? What's way? You ever heard of way?
It's like cheese, but not cheesy.
Yeah, it's the when you turn milk into cheese, whey is the liquid that's left over. Right? So whey is sort of like, it's kind of like a bit of a milk, it's like a milk liquid. But again, guess what colour whey is? White. So he says to this little boy 4 times, white boy, white boy, white boy, white face, white liver, white face, white face. Now, the reason why he does this is because he says, I don't feel fear. I'm not afraid of anything. Look how scared you are, you little whey face, you little cream face, right? So what he's doing, he's a bully, right? He's a bully because he himself has no fear. So he picks on people who do have fear. But of course, he should be scared. He's about to be killed, right? What soldier's whey face?
The English force, so please you.
Take thy face hence. Take your face and get out. Right? Oops, I did that wrong. Sorry. Should be there. Take thy face hence. Out goes the servants. Now this character here, Satan, so this guy, square that off please. This guy is Macbeth's personal servant. But deliberately, his name sounds a little bit like this. Who's that? The devil. So they have these weird scenes where Macbeth is talking to his servant, but it sounds a bit like he's talking to the devil. Satan! Satan! I am sick at heart when I behold Satan, I say! This push will cheer me ever, or deceit me now. Okay, underline please. So he says this is it. This is the final battle, right? This is the Avengers Endgame. He says, it will either make me solid forever, or it will deceit me now, right? I'm either going to be immortal, or I'm going to die. I have lived long enough. Now, this moment here is very important for his character, okay? So just square this off for me. So this is one of the moments where he starts to have what I would describe as realization. That his decisions have been bad decisions. Look what he says. I have lived long enough. My way of life is fallen into the sere, the yellow leaf. And that which should accompany old age, honour, love, obedience, friends, I must not look to have. What's he saying? Yeah. He says that the things that old men should have, like friends and honour and love, I don't have those things anymore, right? In pursuing power, I have lost all of my friends, right? So I'm going to put here, power has cost everything. Okay? But in their stead, so what do I have? Instead of them, I have curses. So people don't like me. Not loud, but deep. Now deep, here he means that people don't say it out loud, but the hatred is really strong. People hate me. Mouth honour. Mouth honour. What do you think that means? So I'll let you talk about it for a second, right? Mouth honour, what does that mean? I have mouth honour. What do you think that means? Mouth honour just simply means that people say things to me they don't really believe them. They're like, my Lord, my King, my grace, but they don't actually love him. It's fake. Okay, so mouth honour. So mouth honour means fake. Okay, curses, not loud but deep. Mouth honour, breath, which the poor heart would fain deny and dare not. So he says here that in pursuing my power, in my old age, so the yellow leaf is like autumn, right? So in my old age, I have nothing, right? I have lost all the things that I really care about, the honour that I used to have, right? So think back to the beginning of the play when he had honour, he had the love of his wife, he had obedience, he had friends, like Banquo. He's lost it all. And this is the key thing about this play, because for a tragedy to work, the character has got to realise that they made a mistake. Now the fancy word for this, you ready for this? Is this. Anag nor ris is. This is what we call an anagnorisis, which is the moment of realization, when he realizes that he has messed it up. Okay, if you do not have that moment, it is not a tragedy. You have to realize that you brought yourself down. Enter Satan.
What is your greatest pleasure?
What news more?
All is confirmed, my lord.
I'll fight. This is great too, right? I'll fight from till my bones, my flesh be hacked. Give me my armour. I will fight until from my bones my flesh be hacked. So I will fight to the death. Now what I really like about this bit of this play, which many people don't really realise or think about, is that this is what he's good at, right? He's a really good soldier. I think that's the beginning of the play, right? Carving through people, splitting people in half. This is what he's good at. He sucks as a king. So when he gets his armour back on, it's almost like he gets his strength back. He's like, I'm good at fighting, right? So get my armour on me, and let's go, right? Because this is what I'm good at, right? He's not a good manager, but he's a great player, yeah? But he's going to fight until death, okay? But there's also an element here, which is that he has completely lost any care, right? He doesn't care about his own body. He's like, you can hack all the flesh off my bones, and I will not stop. I will never give up. Give me my armor. Yeah, like it's not time. So there's no battle yet. It's like someone putting on their football boots like the day before they play the game, right? I'll put it on. I'll put it on. Why does he want to put it on? Because it feels good, right? I'll put it on. Send out more horses. Send out more horses. Scare the country round. Hang those that talk of fear. So anybody in the country who's scared, hang them. Kill them. Give me my armour. How does your patient, doctor? So this, of course, is Lady Macbeth. Okay. So notice here the terror, right? Kill anybody that even looks scared, right? How's your patient, doctor?
Not so sick, my lord. As she's killed his victim fancies that he's taken her back.
Yeah. So this, of course, is the sleepwalking. So a thick coming fancy. It's like a nightmare, a fantasy. Okay. / nightmare. I love this line, right? So the doctor's like, her mind is completely messed up. She's having nightmares, and he just goes, cure of that, right? Fix her. Canst thou not minister to a mind diseased? So minister is to fix or cure. Okay. So notice it's just a command from him, right? Can thou not minister to a mind diseased? Pluck from the memory a rooted sorrow, raise out the written troubles of the brain, and with some sweet oblivious antidote, cleanse the stuffed bosom of the perilous stuff that weighs upon the heart. So this, of course, is about mental health, right? Can a doctor remove from the brain the thing that's causing the problem, right? Notice this, the rooted sorrow. And the doctor says, so the answer is no. It is beyond my skill. A doctor cannot cure a disease of the brain. Is that still true? Exactly, it's still true. Right? We cannot. If a person has depression or anxiety, you cannot remove it. What you can do is help them manage it, right? But it's completely true, right? You can't go into somebody's brain and take out the bad memory. Okay, you can't do it. You can help them process it and go, okay, well, it happened and I can deal with it, but you still to this day cannot do the thing that he wants the doctor to do. Throw physic to the dogs. So physic is medicine, right? Throw it to the dogs. I'll none of it. Come, put mine armour on. Give me my staff. Satan, send out. Doctor. Now what he's doing here, this is kind of complicated, but he's here, right? Just imagine, he's here, like this, and Satan is putting his armour on him. So he's like, put my armour on me, right? But he's also trying to talk to the doctor. So he's like, put my armour on. Doctor. So Zach's the doctor, I'm like, you're my Satan, right? Put an armour on. So I'm sort of trying to do both these things. So he switches back and forth quite quickly, right? I'll do a slash in the page when he switches what he's doing, okay? Throw physic to the dogs, oh none of it. Come! Put my armour on. Give me my staff. Satan, send out. Doctor, the thanes fly from me. Come, sir, dispatch. If thou couldst, doctor, cast the waters of my land. Now, cast the waters means to inspect urine, right? Find her disease and purge it to sound and pristine health. I would applaud thee to the very echo. That should applaud again. Put it off, I say. That's to Satan. What rhubarb, chyme, or purgative drug would scour these English hence? Okay, rhubarb, chyme, and all types of medicines from those days. 1 second, Marlo. Hearest thou of them? So he says to the doctor, can you heal the disease? And the disease is the English. Now the irony here, of course, is that everyone else thinks that he's the disease. They say the cancer that's destroying Scotland is Macbeth. Macbeth says the English are. Is that these English are like a growth or a disease that has come onto the body of Scotland. Can you give me a cure to get rid of the English? But of course the idea is that he's going to lose, right? Because there's more of them. Go on.
Didn't they believe that kings could heal?
They did believe the kings could heal, yes.
Why just try?
Because he's not, well, he can't, can he? He's not the proper king. Okay? Also, it's rubbish as well. Doctor! Doctor!
I, my dear Lord, your royal preparation.
Bring her after me. I will not be afraid of death or bane till Burnham Forest come to Dunsinane. Now, bane is injury. So again, you have this thing. No fear. Okay. Good quote here. Nice little couplet. Now, couplets. When Shakespeare does this, what this does is it gives a feeling of confidence, right? They often do the end of lines to be like, it's all wrapped up, right? I will not be afraid of death and bane till Burnham Forest come to Dunsinane. Doctor. Yeah, notice he says this aside. So this is to the audience. So he says, if I were away from here, right? If I could escape. So if I were from, now what he means here when he says from, he means if I could escape. So if I could escape from Dunsinane away and clear, profit should hardly draw me here. So he says that there is no money that would bring him back. So the doctor, even the doctor who's like treating Medium back is like, God, I wish I could not be here. I wish I could be away from it. Right? But this is what you get in this scene. It's a really good scene from Macbeth's character, because you can see what happens to him. Right? At the beginning of it, he is completely detached from reality. He gets reports that this army is coming, that he's going to be defeated, and he goes, I don't care, because the witch had told me that I cannot be killed by one born of woman until the forest moves. Then someone brings him a report and says there's an English outside, and he goes, don't be scared, I can't be defeated by anyone of woman born or until the forest moves. Then the doctor says, your wife is really sick, and he says, I don't really bother about that. Put my armour on, I'm going to go to war. But I'll win the war because I cannot be defeated by one of woman born or until the forest moves. So he's become delusional. We'll write it down actually. So this is the key thing, right? So with Macbeth and the scene, and he has become completely delusional, right? He believes in the prophecy so completely that he's completely ignoring reality. Okay?